My name is Steve Johnson with Clear Choice Energy Solutions. Today I'd like to talk to you about one of the window lines we carry, our Softlight Imperial LS series. This is a window line we've carried for quite a few years, and quite honestly it's probably one of the best windows out there. I've yet to find a window that I would say is a better window than this. Some of the features I'll tell you about here in a second, but a little bit about Softlight themselves. These guys have been in business since the 1930s. They're a debt-free company. They're located in Streetsboro, Ohio. They have a lifetime warranty on their window, and you add all that together, you have debt-free company, been around for over 80 years, and a lifetime warranty. You know this company is going to be around. If you would ever have an issue with your warranty, they're going to be around to honor it, which in today's world, to be honest, not a lot of window companies, a lot of them come and go. Even the big boys are starting to tumble in today's world. So it's nice to have a company that's been around for over 80 years and is debt-free, so you can count on them to be there if you ever do have a problem. So a little bit about this window, and I'm not going to go into every feature of it, but I'll try and touch on some of the finer points of it. It's a UPVC vinyl window, which basically is the best type of vinyl that you can have in a window, and not to get technical on it, but the nice thing with UPVC is you don't have to worry about the window chalking or fading or anything like that. Even in the sun after 20-30 years, it's not going to be coming, getting chalky on you like if you sit down one of those cheap resin chairs that you get at your department store. After a year or two in the sun, you get up and your clothes are all white from the vinyl. That's not going to happen with a window like this made with the UPVC vinyl. This window is fusion welded. It's Softlight has gone out and put the technology, a European technology, into their window manufacturing process that basically fuses all 4 points of the windows and the sashes together simultaneously. It's called a pinch point system, and it was originally designed over in Europe that Softlight spent the money on years ago and put into their manufacturing process as well. You'll find with this window, I like to brag quite honestly about the weather stripping in this window because it's second to none. Softlight goes above and beyond when it comes to making this window an airtight window. Most window companies, they rate air infiltration by cubic feet per minute. Most replacement window companies are right around a 0.20, 0.22 CFM per minute. Softlight is a 0.02 CFM per minute, or basically about 10 to 12 times better than most replacement window companies out there. Why that's important is you can have a great glass package in a window, but if the air is leaking right around the edge of it, it's kind of pointless. So it's very important to have a window that not only has a great glass package, but more importantly keeps the air from coming around it, because it's the drafts that make people feel uncomfortable in their homes. So with Softlight's weather stripping, they use a triple fin mylar weather stripping. This is the same type of material that is used in like parachutes and stuff like that. What gives these guys such an advantage is they put about 600 inches, that's about 50 feet, in an average size window. You'll find it has 3 pieces of weather stripping on each side of the window. You'll find it has 3 pieces on the top of each window and 3 pieces on the bottom. You're also going to find it has actually 5 pieces of weather stripping in the middle rail. That's very important because the middle rail can be an area that windows tend to leak a lot at. This window has an interlocking sash, which basically means this piece on the bottom is kind of hard to see, will actually interlock right into here. And what that does is when you interlock those pieces together, those sashes are locking together like this, and then when you go to lock it, it's pulling those sashes nice and tight together and preventing the air from coming through here as well. So very important again, the weather stripping, they use an allergy guard. It's called Ultra Smart Tri-Fin Gold Series weather stripping. It resists molds and pollens. Again, it's something that you're just not going to find in any other window out there. The lifting system on this window is what we call a constant force balance system. This window, very easy to raise up and down. You can do it with one finger. A lot of companies still use springs and strings and all kinds of tricks to raise up their windows. These guys use a stainless steel lifting system that, if you know anything about stainless steel, it's not going to rust, it's not going to corrode. You don't have to worry about 5 years from now, if you put your window up, you're going to have to put a stick underneath it to keep it pried up. This is a system that will stay up tried and true forever. In fact, they actually test these systems, and they have to perform at least 10,000 raises and lowers of the sash before they'll even pass. So that's the type of system that you're going to find in every soft light window. The glass package itself is a double strength glass. It's a 7/8 inch glass package like you see right here. What you're going to find again is this glass is going to be a little bit stronger than a lot of manufacturers with the double strength glass, and it has a little bit bigger air chamber to get more gas in there. You'll find this, you can also get a triple pane sashes as well, but quite honestly around this part of the country we still sell a lot of double pane windows. So this window is going to come standard with low E coating and argon gas, and you're going to find that this window has a U factor rating of a 0.27. Now the U factor, I always tell people the lower the number the better. Energy Star requires a 0.30. Softlight, their window is a 0.27. So you can already see it's 10-15% above and beyond what Energy Star requires. So again, that's just kind of goes to show you the type of quality that these guys are doing is you know, to just be Energy Star, they go above and beyond it. You're also going to find this window has foam-filled frames, foam-filled sashes. Again, what this is going to give you is a warmer frame and a more comfortable window frame as well. You're also going to find that this window has an interlocking sill sash right here and a bulb gasket on the outside. What this basically does is it slows down that air that's trying to get underneath your windows. They actually have tested these windows, and they're all AMA gold label windows, but they actually found they put this window in a wind tunnel, ran a 100-mile-an-hour wind against it, and they found by the time that wind made its way all the way around all this weather stripping and interlocking sills, they actually found it was less than 2 miles an hour coming in. So that just kind of shows you just how tightly built these windows are. With the U factor being a 0.27, again, that's an overall performance of this window. It's not just the glass itself, but this measures the entire performance of that window. That's what gives Softlight such a great rating, is because they put the extra weather stripping in the window, and they do the foam-filled frames and the foam-filled sashes. So again, that's what gets this number down so low. And again, with that air rating of a 0.02, which is again 10-12 times better than most windows out there, it just goes to show you just how well built these windows are. I tell people you basically have to put about 10 of these windows in to reach the air rating of one other window. So it just, again, I can't emphasize enough how great these windows are when it comes to air infiltration ratings. So they do have night privacy latches on these. This is something, if you raise up the sash, it allows the sash just to be raised up a few inches. I tell people this will keep an honest man out of your house. These are rated for 200 foot-pounds of pressure, but there again, it's great for keeping kids in on a second-story window, keeping pets in. You can drop this down from the top as well. So again, if you want to leave and not have to worry about the rain coming in, you can drop your top sash down as well. The middle of the window here, you're going to find it has a 180-degree locking mechanism on it. This is considered a pick-proof lock. You don't have to worry about anybody being able to slip a credit card or a screwdriver or anything like that in there and picking your lock. You'll find these windows are going to have dual locks on anything over 24 inches wide. You'll have 2 locks, but again, 180-degree locking mechanism, that's the best type of lock on the market. Another feature of these windows is you'll find that the lock is actually built right into the sash. It looks a little nicer than just the locks that sit on top of the window. You don't see any screws or anything like that sticking up. And more importantly, on the back sash here, this is where your lock locks into, but behind this is a piece of Kevlar that goes all the way across this frame. You probably know what Kevlar is, for what they make bulletproof vests of. It's very strong. It's about 500 times stronger than steel. But the beauty of Kevlar is it gives you that reinforced lock, but it doesn't allow the cold to transfer through like a steel or aluminum rail would. Most window companies, if they put anything up here, they put steel or aluminum, which is great until the weather gets cold, and then you've got that cold transferring through your frame. You're not going to have that with the Softlight because, again, that's a Kevlar filled frame there. You'll find your screen, it comes standard with the airplane grade aluminum frame. It does have locks on the bottom, which is kind of unique. Most companies don't do that. You can take this screen and raise it up or down. So if you want to have it up and be able to drop your top sash down, you can do that just by raising it up and sticking it in place just like that. You can drop it back down and it locks right in place automatically for you as well. So kind of a nice little feature. Again, the beauty of these screens as well is if a stick or something hits your screen that gets a mark in it, a lot of times you can actually just rub it with your finger and actually repair the screen without having to replace it. Otherwise, you can just pop these screens out. There's a gasket remove. They pop in and out very easily if you do ever have to replace the screen. So on the outside, again, this is a wood grain window on the inside. This is a tan on the outside. But you'll find it has a nice profile all the way around this on the outside. And another thing you'll find which is kind of unique is this window, and actually I'll show you with this small sample here. You'll notice the weep holes are right here on the outside frame. But you'll notice there's no weep holes down here. A lot of companies put their weep holes down here, which in turn allows air to get up into the frame, which gets into your home. With Softlight, it's a sealed frame construction with a 5-degree slope sill, which allows that water to drain down here. It runs out and then runs right out the bottom here. There's no holes into the frame itself. It's just on the outer part. So again, kind of a nice feature, and that's going to help keep that wind and cold from getting into your window frame and getting into your house as well. So some of the other features of this window, as I mentioned, it is an AMA gold rated window with an air infiltration rating of 0.02, a water rating of 56 miles per hour, and a structural DP of 195 miles per hour. What that basically means is it would take 195 mile an hour wind hitting this window before that glass will actually implode into the window. Now, obviously with 195 mile an hour wind, you've probably got things flying in the air which are going to break the glass. But it is nice to know that if you do have a strong windy day, you don't have to worry about your window coming apart and coming into your home as well. So some of the other features of this window, as I said, it has a beveled edge all the way around it. The lift rails themselves are extruded all the way through the sash. Again, a lot of companies, they mechanically fasten these things, and over time they start to get loose and fall apart. You can see that it is extruded all the way through to the entire frame itself. So it has a solar heat gain of 0.28, and again, I can't emphasize enough on the air infiltration rate of a 0.02. So important in a window. And the beauty of these windows are, you're not going to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars more over some cheaply built window. These are going to be competitively priced. For basically the same price, you're going to get a cheap window that's not going to last you more than 4 to 5 years. And on top of that, the beauty of this window is it's going to make you so much more comfortable, and more importantly, save you something on your energy bills as well. So again, I just can't emphasize enough on that. So don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. I could sit here for another half an hour and talk about this window, but want to touch on some of the finer features of it. Again, it has many options and varieties available. We've got 5 different wood grain choices available, about a dozen different exterior colors. Again, this has got the cherry wood grain with the tan exterior, but many options available. And basically any type of window you're looking for, whether it be double hung sliders, casements, bowls, bays, triple casements, whatever you're looking for, these guys will make as well. So, and everything is custom built to your opening. There's nothing that they keep in stock. They build every window custom for you. So one other quick feature about this window I forgot to mention, you'll find the spacer system on this is vastly superior to a lot of other companies. They use what they call a super spacer foam system. It's a spacer in between the glass, and the nice thing with this is it's a foam spacer. A lot of companies use metal or aluminum spacers, which transmits the cold all the way through. These guys use the foam spacer, which again gives you a nice warm edge of glass, and it all kind of goes back to the U factor of that 0.27. So almost forgot about that. That's one of the real important features of this window as well. So again, feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to bring a window over just like this, go over some of the features for you in your home, and show you just what this window is going to do for you in your home, which I think once you see this window, you'll be very impressed. So if you have any questions, again, give us a call. Clear Choice Energy Solutions. Thank you, and have a great day.